So tell me about the weekend thing about the drag. What is drag?
Yes.
What does it mean to you?
Welcome, welcome. We're going to talk about our drag, as we already heard our first wonderful question. Drag this weekend was so exciting. I've never been to a show so touchy in my life. Everyone was so glamorous, everyone was very sparkly, and they knew they were eating. They were truly just strutting their stuff in these huge heels. It was actually super crazy. Yeah.
Absolutely. Boston Queens, they know how to do it.
Oh,
They got
yeah.
that Boston booty. Absolutely. Couches are running in fear whenever they see them. I think drag is something that's super important because just like any other art form, it's a way to express yourself. And it's a way to just show people who you are.
Absolutely. Have you guys ever considered participating in drag before, whether that's going to a physical show or physically trying it yourself?
Well, I've yet to have been to an actual show. I have watched a lot of RuPaul's Drag Race on TV, which I understand is sort of the Walmart version of consuming drag. I know it's not, you don't really know what it's like until you've been there and actually experienced it, but it seems like something that's super cool. And yeah, I appreciate the art, and I think anyone who can get up there and dance in heels, I highly respect that.
What about you, Isaiah?
For me, honestly, I've never been to a drag show, and I don't have the channel that has the drag RuPaul. Also, I'm clumsy, so putting myself in heels is guaranteed hospital visit. And for my personal safety and others around me, I should not be in heels. So yeah, so it is off the table for me for personal safety.
Understandable, completely. As someone who is a woman, I can't wear heels. I wear boots. I sometimes can get away with platforms, but I'm also a very clumsy son of a gun, so I can't do it. No way. But I respect it heavily. Drag kings are also some very interesting folks. They are so comedy-based. Not all of them. There's so many different variants of drag, between the more glamorous and looks are the whole thing, whereas there's more the look is the gag, and the elements of the songs, or like what you're doing with the lip syncing and dancing, is all just a big comedy bit, which is such an interesting blend of beauty guru adjacent, I don't know, just energy.
SNL,
Yeah.
Broadway type
Exactly, yeah.
activity. Okay.
If you guys were drag queens, what do you think your drag names would be?
That is a fantastic question. Oh, it's a big decision because once you make your decision, you're stuck with it. It's hard to rebrand.
It's you forever.
Man, I would say, give me jade green.
Jade
My favorite color is green,
Okay.
and I think it's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
That's nice. That sounds more like a nice tea you might get at a coffee shop.
Yeah.
For me, I'd go with a very basic stripper name. Just go Ebony.
Ebony,
Okay.
A very basic stripper name. I won't lie. I don't really have, not really creative with names. So we're just going a very basic stripper name.
You'd be a super sexy queen.
Oh yeah.
And just going with that. That is I can't fail with that.
No, of course.
No.
Who would Jade Green be? Would she be like a more like slutty queen, or would she be a more refined queen?
Great question. I'm thinking Marie Antoinette vibes.
Oh.
I'm thinking I can't dance, so I'm thinking it'd be primarily a comedy queen.
Okay.
Yeah, the type of person who will make you laugh, but don't expect any kind of death drops or any kind of splits, no duck walks, nothing like that. We ain't doing it.
No death drops.
No, we are telling jokes and hopefully making a few people laugh.
Oh my goodness. I've never really desired to attempt being a drag king before, but that's merely the amount of makeup. I'm not a person who likes to wear makeup anyway, just because there's so much. And cleaning it all up is such a disaster all the time. Again, the amount of makeup those women and those lovely men and whatever, like the kings and queens have to slap on their face. Oh my god, you just a whole makeup pack, a whole makeup wipe pack gone in just one sitting.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sensory nightmare.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
If you have not great skin,
Oh my god.
you're gonna look like a Cedarville commercial for months afterwards.
Oh my goodness. Like, they just put so much dedication and work between the potential risk to their ankles, or, you know, they're like having to make sure their skin is nice and clean, and having to, you know, most queens make their own outfits too. It's the amount of dedication to styling your own wigs, coming up with concepts for whatever theme you're trying to uphold is so much. Especially, it's such a, like, being an independent artist in that aspect, it's such a tricky and hard place to navigate. Of course, being an independent artist in general is a very hard place and very hard person to try to be, but
it's gonna be really expensive too, because
oh my goodness, the wigs.
Like I have an older sister, so like I got, you know, a little preview of, you know, women's clothing, and why not? It's always expensive. And then, you know, since, you know, for the drag queens, since, you know, they're larger, since they're gonna need bigger sizes, which means that's gonna be a whole lot more expensive.
100%. Wigs, especially the good ones, because you don't want to have a crappy wig.
Oh my no.
For anyone watching at home, you don't want a crappy wig. No. You want that real stuff.
You'll be bullied for life.
Yeah, and they really get up there in price. It's absolutely ridiculous. And to think it's a community that I feel like historically hasn't been the most lucrative. You know, you could work a few clubs and you can make your tips, and being able to have enough money and free time to make it a career is an absolute privilege, and it's only something that some of the most talented or most famous are able to achieve. So supporting any sort of drag function you see is super important, because they're out there just trying to work, you know, like you and me, and everyone's got to pay the bills.
They slay, and, you know, that's their specific way of making that cash flow. I mean, it's not everyone can look beautiful and just immediately, like, have a bunch of money shoved into a bundle of fake boobs. Like, God, that's
Ain't that the
talent. You know, like I'll say it more often on, like, TikTok, Instagram, but like that dance, like you're kind of like crouched from your moving arms. That honestly, I've always been, like, really impressed with the knees, because my knees would just give out immediately. So I'm like I have to hand it to them. That's impressive. I can't do that, because I know the physical limitations of my body. My knees would check me immediately for doing that, and I'd end up on the floor.
Well, I just started to hold my knee after you started saying that, because I was like, oh, no.
It would sound like bubble wrap.
Oh my God, yes, exactly. I'll stand up from this chair after we're done, and you'll just hear
Yeah.
Goodness, but have you ever thought about maybe watching, or, like, after this conversation, potentially looking into RuPaul, like, or any kind of show or content creator who happens to do drag or is around drag?
Well, I'll say, I might end up going, you know, if I am going to, like, because I don't watch TV, and so that's, you know, off the table. Well, like, if I am, you know, out and, you know, just looking up on, like, Instagram or TikTok and just watching off videos from there, just because it's free. If it's free, it's for me.
Definitely. I'm very interested in checking out Dragula. It's have you heard of it?
I have not.
It's
so cool.
It's sort of, actually, I haven't watched it, so I can't speak about what too much it's about. But from what I've heard, it's like Fear Factor mixed with RuPaul's Drag Race, where it's like a lot of horror imagery, a lot of, like, horror themed challenges where you might have to do something really gross, like you might have to eat a few bugs or something like that. And as a fan of both the looks of RuPaul's Drag Race and the grittiness of Old School Survivor in Fear Factor, it seems like an awesome show that I want to check out.
Yeah, we have to watch a bunch of nasty queens, but nasty in the creepy way.
Yes, 100%.
Not our usual known nastiness, but I think that'd be a fun way to experience drag and having to incorporate all that. Oh my goodness. And I know you've said before that you've watched and dabbled a little bit in drag content. Is there any queens particularly that you are a really big fan of, or just, like, know of that you're
Definitely. So a classic one, definitely Alyssa Edwards. Funniest person I've ever seen on TV. It is so hysterical every moment that she graces the screen. I would say in the most recent season that's currently airing, I think it's season 18, big fan of Jane Don't and Kenya Pleaser. huge personalities, very funny. I really like the ones who are funny. I don't know. If you're gonna be on the show and the only thing you're good at is dancing, get out of here. I don't want to see it. You need to be an all around. I need triple threats.
Oh yeah.
You know, you'll probably stay around for a while because you'll never get eliminated. But man, I'm not here for it. You gotta make me laugh, make me smile.
Absolutely. No, totally down for that.
What about you, Kai?
Man, I hope I say her name right. I was talking about her the other day. Bianca Del Rio, I think it was, or Di Rio, I think it is. But I love her so much. She was honestly one of the first drag queens I've experienced and like got to see on TV. I don't remember what season she's in, but that was like the first time I've like watched RuPaul before, and she's really funny as well. She's so pretty. But it's hard to say when you're picking queens and you're like, oh, she's so pretty. It's like, well, no, duh. Everyone's so pretty. It's hard to pick because they're all so pretty. They're also glamorous. But yeah, no, this is our community. Like,
yes.
Or not maybe all of our community, but like it is many aspects of the world that I think should definitely be explored more. And I've definitely been seeing that be explored more. I've been seeing drag kings and queens just like spontaneously on my feed with no pushing or prodding. It just kind of shows up, and it's like like you could not get that before. That is so cool how we're kind of starting to see and recognize it more and more as an art, just in society in general. And I hope to see it in other places and like go beyond, because it's just so special. It's such a small thing that like blew up and became such a big thing that it's precious. I don't know. It's funny to say precious when it's the most sexually, but like I
do understand though. It's I'm even trying to. I was about to say it's pure in a way. It's not pure, not at all. But
it's nasty.
Yeah, but it's a very pure art form where you're really putting it all on the table. You know, like this is who you are, and presenting yourself in drag is something that requires a lot of confidence. It's a very vulnerable position to be put in because, this obviously society isn't fully accepting of those sorts of things, especially right now. And to be able to confidently be like, this is who I am, and I'm going to unabashedly be who I am is just awesome.
Well, I saw it. I remember, I ran into, not ran. A drag queen came into. I was working at. I think I was working at Chipotle at the time. Mm-hmm. However, the person was already like a tall person. However, they had like 8-inch platforms, like heel shoes. I'm like, forget everything else. Forget everything in the restaurant. How are you walking? I saw you got out of your car.
Yeah.
What? You walked?
Driving in them?
I'm like, first, I got so many questions here. What do you mean you were? I'm like, is that safe driving in like 8-inch heels? You know what? Whatever. You somehow got here physically and then driving. Respect for that. It was just huge. I'm like, wow, you are one way too big. You are tall already. That's already, and then you add another 8-9 inches. It's like you're 7'8" for.
Of course, 2 of me stacked together, and I don't like that.
7'8" for what? I have to crane my neck to make eye contact with you.
Mm-hmm. Wow. All right.
I think that wraps us up for now.
Yeah.
We love talking about drag, so if you want to join us later, you should definitely join within any variant of comment section or just discuss with your friends because this is such a cool topic. Please join us. Join the conversation.
Woo!
Yay!
Goodbye.
See ya!